There we go. Good morning. Let's start over. Happy Sunday. Welcome to Hobby Evolution, episode number 114. It's Sunday, and I don't have any mail to report from Saturday. I did not make it to the post office on Friday, so when I went Saturday morning, I expected something, but nothing arrived. So no Cubs. I still have the two big boxes that arrived on Thursday. Those are still sealed. I got to get those opened up. So I didn't do much in the hobby yesterday, and I'll get to that in a moment based on my title. But I did a bunch of eBay packages yesterday morning. And then in the afternoon, ran some errands, watched the Badger football game, and then I baked a pie, and I'll dive into that. So no mail. I did this morning. I received shipping notification from Topps. So my Bowman Draft first edition packs, I ordered 20, have been packaged up and will probably ship out tomorrow. So possibly Friday. That would be awesome for a Black Friday mail day. I was hoping that I could get these packs and open them next weekend. It's one of probably my favorite in terms of just what's going on. My favorite weekend of the year. I'm a big Christmas guy. I love the holiday season. And I mentioned this, I think in an earlier episode, that I actually think Thanksgiving weekend is more festive, more holiday than the days leading up to and Christmas, just from a festive holiday point of view. So I love the weekend. I love shopping for hobby deals. There are, by the way, and I don't think I touched on this yet because I didn't see it until Friday afternoon, and I didn't talk about it yesterday, was the Blowout deal. So Blowout does the waves. They've only been releasing sales every Friday, blowoutcards.com. I did check out Dave and Adams this week, and didn't really have anything that really stood out to me. But Blowout on Friday did, and I did not pull the trigger on anything. I'm going to wait until next Friday because I think some of the deals they were still available as of last night. So my plan is, if they're still there on Black Friday, I will dive in and maybe there's an outside chance they're even discounted more. But the two things I was eyeing were the 2015 and 2016 Topps update mega boxes. So in 2015 and 2016, Topps had Topps update mega boxes where you get, I think, 5 packs of update plus 2 packs of Chrome update. And these are pretty popular. And those years have some really good rookies. 2016 is a little cheaper on the blowout sales. I think it's $25. I know it's $24.77, I think, per mega box, which is a good deal. And 2016 has some really nice rookies. Corey Seager rookies are in 2016 update. Trevor Story. Let's see, Lucas Giolito, Blake Snell, who else? Tim Anderson. I mean, there's some really good rookies, and those guys, well, at least Anderson, Story, and Seager all sell for $10. And then the Chromes are a little more. So if you pull a couple of those in a box, it's a great deal. And then there's some other, I was looking at the checklist and the names escape me, but there are some other rookies in 2016 that I think have the potential to really take off. And I think Tim Anderson is one of those where I was actually surprised. I found a couple Tim Andersons in my quarter box that I took to the card show in February. And I had a few. I had a couple that, I had not traded away yet. And I looked at the prices thinking, I'll just put them on eBay for $2. And I put them on eBay for like 10 and they sold. So when I was looking at other rookies in prices, I was a little surprised at how the base rookie market really took off. I know some of the bigger guys, obviously Trout, Mookie Betts, those are up there in price. But some of the prices for others are creeping up. And Corey Seager coming off the World Series is doing really well price wise. So now that I talk about this out loud, it's like as soon as I wrap up, maybe I should go buy these. And I've bought these in the past. They're really fun. They're really fun to open. I have bought these on Black Friday. Probably I didn't buy anything last year, but I think in 2016, 17, 18, I bought these I bought these mega boxes from the Black Friday sales. And I think it probably was the first in 2016, might've been my first Black Friday. I bought a bunch of 2014 that was on sale and maybe some 2015. I do know 2014 because Mookie Betts is in that. And I know I pulled a few of those. So 2015 is a little higher. I think those might be $40, $30 or $40 for the mega boxes, but I'm gonna monitor that and maybe pull the trigger on Black Friday itself. So I didn't mention that yesterday. Wanted to talk about that. You can find deals. I know a lot of people are complaining about Black Friday sucks. This isn't fun regarding blowout, but you know what? I've still found great deals. Even though I didn't buy anything last year, there were some really good deals last year. There's going to be some good deals this year. And the key is obviously they're not going to sell what's hot. They're not going to discount what's selling and what's hot. You've got to find the gems hidden, like these 2016 Topps update. It's about speculation. $25 isn't going to break the bank. Buy a few mega boxes. Maybe stash them aside because right now baseball's not selling much. So if you open up a few boxes, you set a couple Seagers and Tim Anderson, Trevor Story, and the other rookies aside, I guarantee they will rise. And these boxes sealed $25 right now on blowout. Guarantee you'll be able to sell them for at least $50 come June. And if another guy comes out of this class in 2021, that's only 5 years removed from rookie year. A lot of guys start hitting their stride, maybe get hot in year 5. Plus, who knows what will happen with a Tim Anderson. If the White Sox get hot, Tim Anderson is one of those guys that I think, even though I'm shocked that his update base rookie is $10, I think he's a guy that can really become a hot commodity in the hobby because the White Sox, I think, are one of those teams that are going to get hot and make a run to the World Series. So Tim Anderson in that 2016 set just kind of makes me. Trevor Story's way undervalued. Trevor Story is a great player in a poor hobby market in Colorado. I think he's greatly underrated. And I was watching Hobby Hotline yesterday, Brian Gray from Leaf. That's kind of his strategy. He's been very successful at it. It's not about what's hot now. It's about what's undervalued in the current market that can really take off. And he mentioned picking up Magic Bird rookies for like $10 back in the 80s because he thought basketball was going to take off. Guess what? It did. He made some very wise investments in scooping those rookie cards up. And maybe I'm wrong here, but I think 2016 Topps update mega boxes, especially at $25, a super awesome, great deal that if you play your cards right, literally, um, can really be profitable. So and even though I haven't taken my own advice yet, but I'm just going to test the waters to see if they're still available Black Friday, and more so on the potential, will they drop to say $20? And it's kind of a risk, a gamble that I'm taking, and I'm willing to take. But I really should grab it. I've bought these usually cases at a time because they have a case deal. The funny thing is, the case prices aren't discounted. The case prices, when you break it down per box, is actually higher than what you can get the single boxes for. But I'd rather have a sealed case than loose boxes. So that's enough about that topic. I baked a pie last night. This is non-card related, but I mentioned yesterday I needed a hobby from my hobby. I've been spending so much time, which I love my cards, and I love selling. I love trading. I love buying. I love sorting. I love everything to do with baseball cards. It's great therapy, and that's what we need in 2020. That's what we're gonna need into 2021, because this thing isn't going away anytime soon. So it's not going to be just 2020 sucked. Part of 2021 will suck as well. So I'm preparing myself for a long winter, and sometimes we need a break, even from our hobby. We need breaks from our hobby. There's been a lot of vitriol and a lot of angst on hobby Twitter lately, especially this week, and I get it. Sometimes, especially when we're stuck at home, we don't have a break. We don't have, we don't have that social interaction outside of our immediate family. It can be tough. And I've been guilty. I've fallen into the trap and getting caught up in social media arguments, and I try not to, but we're all human, and we all get sucked into those sometimes. So I've seen a lot of that, and it kind of is a reminder to me that, sometimes it's okay to take a break. And I'm not taking a break from the hobby, but sometimes I just need to take a break from hobby Twitter, and hobby social media, just to get away. Because sometimes even if you see it, and you see the interactions that are negative, and it just kind of all adds up, and it gets into this snowball effect. And even though we may not be acting out on those, it's kind of brewing on the inside. And then when something, because those instances we see and we just kind of skip past, but we're reading it, but it's kind of balling up inside. Then when we do see something that we have a strong opinion about, I get fired up when people talk crap on flippers, and I get caught up in, when I'm accused of being a flipper, and especially when people make fun of people. People take pictures of people standing in line for cards. It's like, we stand in line for everything. Why is it such a bad thing to stand and wait for the guy to stock cards? Have you ever been to Costco? There's a line for frickin' rotisserie chicken. People line up and wait for the stupid rotisserie chicken to be put out. And you want to go talk crap on people waiting for the card guy? Come on. See, I get fired up. I get fired up over that. That's what fires me up. Because we wait in line. And then if you take it a step further, take a look in the mirror. You're going to talk crap on guys wearing socks and sandals, and, oh, he's wearing jorts, or, oh, look at his shirt. Why? Look at yourself. What do you look like? We all look funny to somebody. I hate that crap. I hate it. So I get fired up, and I need to take a break sometimes, because I'll read that and I may pass it by a few times, but eventually I read it multiple times, and then I see the thread of people talking crap on cargo shorts and jorts and socks and sandals, and finally it just spills out, And so I think I need to take a break sometimes. So that's what I wanted to do. My challenge wasn't, it wasn't anything in particular that kind of came up. It was just in the summer, I spend time. I really took to uh, keeping up my yard. Now in years past, I've had a vegetable garden for 6 years now, I think. And so I do the tomatoes and cucumbers and peppers, and I make my own dill pickles with everything from the garden. Um, so I've been doing that, but sometimes, in real life, in a non-pandemic, I don't have much time to really manicure my lawn. And sometimes I get a couple weeks behind because the only days I have available to mow the lawn are it's raining, and then I go a weekend away to Chicago, or things come up, and so it gets away from me. But now, um, not having those activities, not going out to dinner, or going to play bar trivia, or going to Chicago for the weekend, or taking a vacation, or all of the above, there's extra time to take care of my lawn. I love being outside. Um, so this summer, along with my vegetable garden, I was watering my lawn. I would go out and put the sprinklers up. I was mowing, usually depending on how much water the lawn was getting. Sometimes twice a week. Just keeping up the yard. So obviously, I'm in Wisconsin, and I don't have a garden or a yard in the winter, so I need something to take up some of that time that I spent in the summer. So my challenge to myself was to bake a pie. Now, my grandma, and I mentioned this yesterday, my grandma made the best pie, and I bet your grandma did too. Everybody's grandma made the best pie. So I I talked about the Cooking with Bo show yesterday. So 15 years ago, probably more, probably 16 years ago, um, one of the recipes was to bake a homemade pie. So the pie I baked, and I really sucked at cooking and baking, and I still, to the most part, do. Um, and it turned out really good. And it was something that I'm gonna bake a pie. I'm gonna do this for holidays. And guess what? It's been 16 years and I haven't made a pie. So hey, when life gives you lemons, you make some lemon zest and put it into your apple pie. So that's what I did. I planned on baking an apple pie, and I talked about it. And then it's like, well, I'll do it for Thanksgiving. It's like I haven't baked a pie. I've baked one pie my entire life, and it was 16 years ago. I should probably make a practice pie before feeding it to other people. So I told my wife a few times. She didn't believe me. She knows I'm not good in the kitchen. So she said, we don't have a pie dish. We don't even have a dough roller, a roller thing. Well, shoot. So last weekend, I'm going to invest, because if I don't, it's going to get to be Thanksgiving week. And then I'm going to say, I don't have a pie dish. I don't have a roller. I'll wait till next year. So last weekend, I decided to put my money where my mouth is and invest. Went to Target. It was also an excuse to just check the card section. By the way, one of the Target employees was putting cards on the shelf when I walked in on Sunday afternoon. Topps Update blaster boxes. Could have been returns. But they also could have staggered the release of the cards. I don't know. I didn't even ask. I wasn't concerned until after I got in the car, and it's like, maybe I should have asked if those were returns or if they're actually staggering the release to the shelves of cards. But anyway, I digress. So I invested in the pie dish and the roller. And so I decided that this weekend, yesterday, Saturday, was going to be my practice pie day. So my wife had suggested, I wanted to do this on my own. my wife is a really good cook, a really good baker. She also likes to take control in the kitchen. So I wanted this to be my pie. Like this is my project. I want to do this. Um, so I think she understood that, and she said, I will be here to assist you if you need any help, which I did on multiple occasions. I'll get to that. So she had mentioned there's a recipe from Ina. She loves Ina. So yesterday morning I Googled it right after the show. Found a recipe, and it even had like details of why this is the recipe you should use. So that's the recipe. I printed off. I got the ingredients, went to the store, got almost everything. I made some mistakes. So it called for, orange juice. So I bought like Minute Maid. I guess that's a mistake. I didn't check our kitchen to see what we had or had not, which is 38 years old, and I've been doing this as long as I've been going on grocery store runs. And always, well, I'm sure here's the thought. We have a ton of spices. I'm sure we have allspice. I'm sure we have nutmeg. We did not. So I didn't buy any spices because I thought we had them all. What else did I miss? I couldn't find a scale in the produce department, so I just kind of eyeballed and felt. I ship enough that I kind of know weights of things, so I expected to know what 4 pounds of apples weighed. I was a pound off. I only bought 3 pounds of Granny Smith apples, and I think that's all I missed at I did fairly well, but I didn't do it all. I wasn't able to make it in one trip. I would have had to gone back. My wife had some appointments yesterday afternoon, so she's like, well, if you want me to be here just to guide you, I can run. If you want to wait, make this an evening thing. I can pick up the allspice and pick up an orange. It also called for lemon juice, which we didn't have, but we used the juice of a lemon. And my wife told me that orange juice from like a jug is not good. You should use freshly squeezed from an actual orange. Also called for some orange zest. So I learned what I learned what a microplaner is, and I learned how to zest a lemon and an orange. My wife taught me that. So she guided me through many of the steps. I would have made those mistakes. So it turned out amazing. The taste turned out amazing. There are some things that I need to do different for the actual pie this week for Thanksgiving. I'm going to need more than 3 pounds of apples. I'm going to have to actually get the 4 pounds of apples because there wasn't enough filling. It appeared like when everything was there, it was like to the top, but obviously it cooks down. So when you actually cut into the pie, there's a bunch of air below the bottom of the top of the pie, or whatever the crust, I guess. So I'm going to need 4 pounds of apples. It had more of a lemony taste than it probably should have. So I thought about maybe cutting back on the lemon zest and the lemon juice, maybe do 1 tablespoon as opposed to 2 tablespoons. But then I thought I'm going to be putting more apples in. So I think I'm going to keep the recipe as is. And I kind of like that lemony taste to it. But I think that will kind of be offset with the additional apples. So it's going to be it's going to be an additional, 2-3 apples. So I think that will help with reducing the lemony taste. And the egg wash, turned out brown crust. There's a picture on my Twitter with the finished product. I did a taste. I bought some Talenti gelato, some vanilla bean, put that on top of the baking hot apple pie, and it was amazing. One of the best pies, and I'm biased, but top 5 pie that I've had. Zach's with us. What's happening? I went long talking about my apple pie story. You better find out when the Apple produce rep stocks on Fridays. Avoid the Apple flippers. That's a great thought. It was Saturday afternoon. I bet the good apples had already been scooped up for the apple black market, especially on a holiday week. Never thought of that. Thanks for the tip. I'll have to track down the produce vendor. So that was my hobby away from the hobby on Saturday. I'm going to dive right in to the cards today because Zach has a package coming. I have to get that ready and shipped out. So I'm going to be working on that today. So I'm going to be doing a bunch of eBay, and I do have 2 big boxes of Cubs that I need to count. So probably worked out that I opened those packs of football cards on Friday night, since I'll be doing a lot of eBay throughout the day, as well as counting like 8,000 Cubs cards. So excuse me. So that's what I'll be up to today in the hobby. So I'm looking forward to it. This is my favorite week in the hobby because of the sales, and I usually buy some stuff. So I have time off so I can open cards and watch Christmas movies and drink hot chocolate. So it's a lot of fun. I love Thanksgiving week. So that's it for today. I went really long. This is like the longest episode that I've done. So thanks for tuning in. Follow me on Twitter at 1 million Cubs, the 99 99centcards.com. That domain is live. It's just a straight link to my eBay store, but I haven't. There was some funky stuff went on, so it's actually just going to eBay, I think, right now. But I've got to get that redirected to my actual eBay store. So in the meantime, eBay store link is top of the page at 1millioncubs.com. 3 or more cards, you get that 10% off automatic at checkout. And at some point tonight, I'm going to get that 99centcards.com link directed straight to the eBay store, so I don't have to go through the instructions. Boom, 99centcards.com, 10% off or more. 10% off 3 cards or more. So that's it. Have a happy Sunday and watch some good football.